today. From FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports. Washington football team versus Taysom Hill and the New Orleans Saints.
We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with the New Orleans Saints. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Washington team as they enter play here. It's been a lost first month of the season, that's for sure, as they come in with an 0-4 record.
And the window's not shut on them, though. They still have a chance to make something out of this season, but it has to start right now.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And the way they played last week defensively, you look at the tape, it looks like they had extra guys on the field, and they thoroughly shut down that offense.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. And for the first time, the Saints offense taking the field, and they will be led by Taysom Hill now in his 5th year in the NFL.
Remember when we used to talk about players being slash-type players? That's because they play so many different positions. Taysom Hill is a quarterback slash receiver slash running back slash special teams guy. You name it, he's able to do it. But many also think that he can be a full-time starting quarterback in the NFL.
Before being stopped at the 28. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 12 carries, 92 yards.
Are we playing old school football now? We've got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench and tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Here's Kamara, and not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Hill. Open man is the tight end Troutman. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
And the Saints not only missing Drew Brees from last year, they also lost their top tight end, Jared Cook, to the Chargers. So tight end, it's a position in flux, but that's a nice grab there to pick up the first down.
second down, Kamara. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Down, but not before reaching the 30. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. To throw is Hill. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Hill. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch? And then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Hill now operating from the red zone. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Harris. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
And oftentimes we think about statement drives in the second halves of games, especially in the fourth quarter. But here, it's happening early, a definite statement. They've held on to the ball for a healthy portion of this first quarter already. And now after that completion, they're set up 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. And again, it's Hill. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Play action. It's Hill. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now Hill on 3rd and goal. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Jamin Davis in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. out now as the field goal unit for New Orleans. From the right hash, this from 33. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
First carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. And, Charles, for this defense, they're a confident bunch. Some may say maybe too confident at times. How do you think that they approach a game like this when they're taking on a team that's lost 4 straight?
Well, if they're anything like their head coach, they're relying on that confidence. You and I both were sort of surprised at his weekly press conference when he was asked about this being a trap game. And he's almost boasting that he didn't see anything to worry about. That surprised both of us in a big way because we know that could be a dangerous tactic because I can guarantee you the guys on the other side, they heard that, and they're looking for anything to galvanize them.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The numbers for him from a week ago: 4 catches, 53 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Heineke. They'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Heineke. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
2nd and 4. Heineke to throw it. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, They're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it, and he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Hill. Flushed out right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. A give. This is Kamara. A good burst there. Gets him 7 up to midfield.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Flush to his right. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off of play action, Hill. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Now, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Hill now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
Here now, Brett Maher. He hit from 62 in his rookie season of 2018. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense now, saying thanks a lot. You held them to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand for them. He needs to go out now and make up for what he did on the first drive.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. This defense for the Saints, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Play action now. Here's Heineke. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Marcus Davenport able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now after the sack, Heineke and the Washington offense going to face a tough 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Saints are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hand. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Just a yard to go here on 2nd down. A 10th carry for Kamara. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Kamara off the draw. And a solid run down inside the 30. 55 rushing yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Now they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. On the ground, this is Kamara. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On third down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's Kamara out of the pistol. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. This offense, number 1 in the NFL in picking first downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives. That means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Hill. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. It looks like a loss of right around 11. First down to set him back on 2nd.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Hill, and pressure coming, and they got him once again. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. So, Charles, no turnover yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They go play fake, and it's Hill. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, their first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
Here now, Brett Maher. He hit from 62 in his rookie season of 2018. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. Maher able to put this one through, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That is incomplete. John Bates, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Here's a give to Gibson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Now Heineke. Throw right side, going to be caught by Seals-Jones. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to the 30. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop it well short.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Deontay Harris deep for New Orleans. This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October, because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. At the end of last season, right? All the off-season preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 75 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Hill, eluding the pressure right. And he goes out of bounds, just shy of the 45.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Gets that ball out of there. Not quite sure what he was doing, and here comes the flag. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
And, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Here's Hill. Flushed out right. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down.
Hard to definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
The Saints on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. Hill looks to throw. Flush to his right. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4.
I like his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defense in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Here we go with Kamara. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Good spot on the field to go for it, kind of no man's land as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter is telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow, might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Play fake. Hill. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
And how about for Alvin Kamara? Another great year that he's coming off of as an all-around player, but especially as a pass catcher. 81 receptions each of his first 3 NFL seasons. Last year added 2 more to finish with 83, the most by any running back in the NFL. An awfully dangerous man in the open field.
Second and 2. They'll fake the handoff. Now Hill. They'll get this out to Kamara. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Second down. Hill. Well, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Sean Payton's made the decision here. They will go for it on 4th. They'll go with the keeper. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
We just totally get the sense there that a field goal was not in the game plan at all.
And the boys up front, they created the surge. I think they knew that they had the leverage advantage.
Oh, that's a great point there. Being able to get lower than the defensive front, create just enough space. And I love when those quarterbacks get low and slide in there and get it done.
The kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. There's Hill, escaping the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And a return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly. Intercept.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
on play action. Heineke. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A handoff for Gibson. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Third down, Heineke sliding out of the pocket. He's got a first down past the 30 and all the way up to the 37-yard line.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
He had no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A handoff running left is Gibson. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Second and 8. Looking to throw, Heineke. That's incomplete.
Well, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy completions. He's not even hitting at 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Washington on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Heineke. Well, this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to gallop the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away, and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Here's Tressway now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead, it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's in his own 2nd quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, That's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Running the ball can be a struggle in this part of the field. In fact, it's a perfect spot for defenders to pin their ears back and try and work upfield, and they capture him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, Hill. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Throwing on 3rd down, Hill finding Harris over the middle. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. A handoff. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Hill shoves him aside. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
The Saints on 3rd down, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now a handoff to Ingram, and it would appear he's going to be short of a 1st down as he stopped right around the 29. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They remain perfect in this game on fourth down conversion, CD. They're 4 of 4.
And Brandon, it looks like they're taking a lot of chances here, but these are calculated gambles. They feel like they had something planned, something set based on what they've seen on tape that they can go ahead and exploit.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision gets skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
A first down throw for Heineke. Throw is going to be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back. In pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the away in coverage.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Heineke. Open man is Samuel. Complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And the play fake, and now Heineke. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. First down now, but that clock rolling. From the gun, Heineke. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get stopped with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Heineke. This will be caught. It's Samuel. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. Here's Heineke. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Saints are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Hill. And he's got his target, Harris. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
Able to hit on a big play right there in the 2-minute drill. Now they've got a chance to use all the remaining clock and build on their lead right before halftime.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. To throw is Hill. On the check down, it's Ingram. And he's going to have a first down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Dancing to his left. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. Second down coming up. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Hill. He'll buy some time right. This one complete to Ingram. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. The kick by Marr is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We begin with a good one in the Sunshine State. Miami taking the trip up the Gulf Coast to take on Tampa Bay. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front with that game closing in on halftime. Tom Brady has thrown a touchdown pass. We'll stay in the NFC South. We head to Carolina to check on the Panthers. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Sam Darnold has a couple of touchdown passes. Finally, let's take the trip across the Atlantic. See what's happening over in London. And they were losers in their ball game as they were outplayed by the visiting New York Jets. Zach Wilson leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And the half will begin with a touchback. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And that first half was nothing short of a disaster. 0 points on the scoreboard and a big 3 in the Iron.
So they've got to get him going, obviously, right? So you've got to get him in rhythm. And we always think of short passes. I think of jet sweeps where they just kind of toss the ball forward. You know, that counts as a forward pass. And then you can say to him, look at that. You completed 3, 4, 5 in a row. Now you've got to get your confidence going.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And right out of the gate, they faced what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. Can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Heineke into the secondary past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line.
Very good as a rookie. Terry McLaurin was even better in 2020. 87 catches for over 1,100 yards. He is definitely wide receiver 1 for the Washington football team.
First down, Heineke. Incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. But it's going to be second down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Gibson. Not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Heineke. Pass caught left side by Humphries. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first.
Well, part of their struggles in the first half was their inability to convert consistently on 3rd down. But how about this well-designed play? Gave himself plenty of options and able to get the hook up and keep the drive going.
In search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. To throw is Heineke. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to the ground with Gibson. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe they'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Throwing, Heineke. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Here's Tressway now, as he's on to punt for Washington. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already early in this game and try to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. Second down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Play action. It's Hill. Steps away to his left. And this one is incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Off of play action, Hill. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Tipped off around the 41. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Gibson here running out of the gun. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Off the play fake, Heineke. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run with Gibson. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
To Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Heineke to throw it. It's caught. Humphreys. 4 yards yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Heineke now. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Jalen Holmes in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I could dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And they are on the board. It's now 9-3. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance. So that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So here are the Saints to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Open man is the tight end Troutman. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's 2nd and a yard. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Hill now to throw. He's going to drop this underneath to Ingram. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Not much there, only a yard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Will wind up a Saints 1st down. Good running gets him to about the 44. A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. That's caught by Marquez Callaway. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdowns to this point, and what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now it's Hill. Being chased out left. Throw left side complete to Troutman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Hill now operating from the red zone. Throw left side complete. That's Johnson. And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. Hill throwing once more. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ingram. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Out of the gun. Hill. Complete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Can this defense hold him out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. To the air again. Hill. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And Washington is able to come up with a goal line stand. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on 4th down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Out of his end zone, Heineke. And that's caught left side. Seals Jones with it. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
That's out to the flat for Gibson. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now Heineke. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Cameron Jordan, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Heineke. That's going to be caught by Samuel. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Third and short yardage. Heineke. And caught them. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Good job starting on that scramble. Had his eyes on that first down marker, CD, but lost the most important thing, the football.
Yeah, wasn't quite there. Focused solely on getting to the first down marker. Forgot to cover up and take care of the ball.
Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller. He's at the 40, the 20. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays, but you also have to have good feel as well, because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get to the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will put them on top here in the third. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6, they'll get another shot at it as this one's in the air. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Flushed out right. It's brought in by Harris. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. And down to the 36-yard line here. Working with a 2nd and 3.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st and 10, Hill. Got an open man. It's Washington. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 27-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. With a 2nd and 4. There's Hill. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Hill. He gets it complete to Harris. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Hill forced out to his left. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
obviously a big play was needed. And you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Hill looks to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. A big loss there of about 7 yards on 1st and goal, so now it's 2nd down. Now Hill. Throw left side going to be taken in by Harris. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Back to throw. Hill. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And once again, the Saints are back out in front.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
A big spot now for the Saints as they'll indeed go for 2. Hill looking to throw for it. They'll roll him out right. And it is incomplete, so they can't convert for 2. And now the lead stays at 5. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Here down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Well, here we go on the next drive for Washington, and they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter, and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. On 1st down. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Brett Maher on for the extra point. This one gives his guys a 12-point lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And trotting back out there now, this Saints defense. And they had the fumble return for a touchdown, and boom, they're right back out there again.
And you hear so many people talk about opportunistic defenses in today's football. Well, they make their own breaks because they work at it all the time. We've been at the practices, the drills where they're trying to strip the football, the takeaways. They're always working on it, and it paid off for them on the last possession.
Paid off. Now can they do it again? First and 10, Heineke. That's complete. Middle of the field to Humphreys. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
To throw again on second down, Heineke. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. On 3rd and 1, here's Heineke. And that is incomplete. That close on third down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on third and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
Way now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. Our attention turns back to Taysom Hill and the rest of the Saints offense. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much. Not if you intend to win.
I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. To throw is Hill. Buying time to his left. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Hill. And they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. Hill on first down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free.
to his running back out in the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
Second and 10. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. Washington on 3rd and short. And this will wind up as Saints first down as he's got this up to the 28-yard line.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator is going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. Down it's Hill. Dancing to his left. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Second and 6. No, scratch that. Second and 7. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Down to the 44, 5 yards that time. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They go play fake, and it's Hill. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. Now Hill, fresh off the pick six. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And it's a huge return as he brings this all the way back down to the 15-yard line. Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his third interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field, going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there. That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now a dump off here complete, and he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Hill. Over the middle, complete. That's Harris. 7 yards to pick up there. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Three yards remain for second down. On the give, this is Washington. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On first down, Hill. He finds his man Johnson. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards to pick up there. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On second down, Washington. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a third and about 3 to go.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring it up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. And he is going to have a Saints first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Elsewhere, a fourth quarter score now from Tampa. And now that one really widening up. The Bucs have just scored again. Tom Brady, a couple of touchdown passes, and he's up over 300 yards in that one. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Hill steps away to left. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. To throw. Hill being chased out left. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be from 49 yards out. The kick by Maher is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
Kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this This will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The New Orleans defense, we get set to watch them go. They had the interception last time, led to a field goal.
They kept points off the board against them as well. What a great way to end a drive. Take it away and set your offense up to put points on the board themselves.
The only thing would have been better a touchdown. Now they'll be looking to get the stop and lead to that here on the next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So still 14 yards to go. Second down. Heineke. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Now after the sack, Heineke and the Washington offense going to face a tough 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Hitting Samuel on the slant. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Back to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Saints have just about sewn up this football game. He's had it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
That went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Hill now to throw. This is Smith with a grab. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college. So sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career. But when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. He'll look to throw. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Back to throw. And he finds Seals Jones complete. And they will get the conversion on 3rd down, but the clock, a more pressing factor. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Saints have just about sewn up this football game. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6th one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for New Orleans, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Washington, things aren't looking good. It'll be an 0-5 start. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.